Arguably, your strongest bond in the game was the difference in this being a 4-4 tie.
Nope. I didn't have Charlie gets his heart torn in half on live TV on my bingo card. Survivor 46 has come to a close. After the premiere, I made a bingo board with my predictions of what would happen. I've been eagerly keeping track throughout the season, and now's the time for my victory lap. Hopefully. This video will serve as one part review, one part flex about how good I am at predicting Survivor. As Jeff would say.
Get it on, here we go!
Jeff.
Ow!
First up we have narrator Tevin. In episode 1, Tevin got several whole confessionals, tied with Jelinsky for the highest number. So I predicted he would be the main narrator of the season. Was he a good narrator? Yes. This man could give a confessional. I was hanging off basically every word he said.
So Tiffany is not lining up with what the 6 wants, and what the 6 wants is 6 to stay strong.
But was he our main narrator? Probably not, to be honest. You gotta at least make single digits to qualify for that honor, I'm afraid. But this season had no shortage of amazing confessionalists, so I'm happy to take the L on this one. Who do you think was the main narrator of the season? I think the edit was pretty balanced, all things considered, ignoring some outliers.
Mo can cancel Christmas.
Next up we have Hunter vs Soda. I predicted the 2 camp counselors would go to war. I predicted they'd be at each other's throats constantly. This scene, for some reason, really stuck in my brain.
Soda has worked as a camp counselor. I also have worked as a camp counselor, but one of the things that I didn't enjoy being a camp counselor was camp songs. It's the part of camp that drove me crazy, and it has followed me out here.
It goes big booty, big booty, big booty. Big booty.
I was out here predicting a battle on the scale of Josh versus Jeremy in San Juan del Sur. Yeah, that didn't happen. I should have known the real Nami battle would be Venus versus Soda, and Venus versus Hunter, and Venus versus everyone. I could have just put Venus versus on my bingo card and I would have nailed this. What about my prediction that Yanu would be the Matt Singh tribe? This was correct in more ways than I expected.
The winner of Survivor Philippines, Denise. The winner of Survivor 46, Kenzie.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a prediction whiz. I'm also finally able to use this cool bingo stamp I commissioned. Let's keep the wins coming. Oh. Oh no. I predicted that Jess would be the decoy boot for multiple episodes. Well, she was the decoy boot for one episode. She was the decoy boot for an episode that I saw before making the predictions. Can't win them all, let's just move on. Damn it. People in the comments were clowning on me for this one before the season even had its 2nd episode. I was certain Jess would get a growth edit. I saw someone on the Purple Tribe crying on day 1 and I thought, hang on a second, I've seen this one before. Jess was no David Wright. But I stand behind the fact she very well could have been. Just give her that ADHD medicine, and a better tribe, and maybe like a pillow. She has potential, I can see it, surely you can too. Alright, here we go, potentially a win here. I predicted that Charlie and Ben would be like JT and Steven. I thought after they completely fumbled the bag with that first challenge, they would be an inseparable duo. They did have their fun moments. That song naming scene.
We are never ever getting back together. Like ever.
The house that Jack built.
All too well.
Until it sleeps.
All too well 10-minute version.
Ooh.
Ben rooting for Charlie every now and again.
Charlie in the lead right now.
Let's go, Charlie.
Phenomenal. Ben taking Charlie to the end. That's the Steven and JT energy I was after. But it wasn't Charlie that comforted Ben through night terrors. I don't know if I can claim this one. At least I didn't predict Charlie and Maria equals Malcolm and Denise. That'd be some real egg on my face right now. Cannot believe she did him like that, damn. I think I'll give myself a half stamp for now. Yeah, I can do that. You can't stop me. If we're short at the end, I'll revisit and maybe I'll get bingo here. Alright, here's an easy win for me. We have Swifty Charlie.
Taylor Swift!
Coney Island.
2x4.
You're not sorry.
Damn, alright. Here's the Taylor Swift's honest truth.
Easiest prediction of my life. More fun editing. After the Andy Griffith Show montage, I could tell we were in for a fun edit. We were. Not as many stylistic choices as I expected, but the edit this season was a lot of fun. Lots of cute little moments. Some stylistic music choices courtesy of Ben.
Jeff, we have a show for you tonight.
Wow.
And especially showing all of the votes at Q's tribal council to build a suspense around his idol play. The edit was so unique and fun, I loved it. If Survivor ever returns to 60 minutes, it's over for me. To complement my Yanu is Matt Singh theory, I also predicted that Nami would be Tandang-esque. That one was pretty easy. I also think it's a weakness of the new era. If losers don't get their flint, how are they going to make a comeback? They're freezing, they can't cook anything, they lose rewards, it's a massive snowball effect. It's really easy to predict that one tribe will suck, and one tribe will go absolutely sicko mode. Can we fix this by changing back to 2 tribes? Would 4 tribes fix this? What do you think? I think I get a cool stamp. Jeff will be mean. Remember Survivor 41? Remember Heather completely failing that challenge and Jeff saying it was an inspirational moment?
All right, Heather, a couple of things happened out there. 1, you struggled. 2, you never gave up.
I'm so glad that Jeff wasn't here this season. Roll the clips.
If we give you an immediate third, would you give us the rice?
No.
How long do you think you would last, Jeff?
Oh, longer than 20 seconds. I'm gonna put my Survivor fan hat on again and go out on a limb right now, Q, and say that you, Liz, and Venus are first out and have no shot.
I love sassy and mean Jeff.
I thought Spicy Jeff was back in season.
Oh, Spicy Jeff is back.
Phenomenal. Remember in episode 1 when Randon said Venus was like Parvati? Sorry, let me back up a bit. Remember Randon? He was the guy that God paralyzed so Banu could stay in the game an extra episode. He said this.
But I know a Parvati light when I see a Parvati light.
I said, that's malarkey. Venus was many things this season, but Parvati? She was not Parvati. Parvati played 2 idols. Venus played 0. But she was amazing television. Jelinsky is one of the most legendary first boots of all time. Definitely top several.
Several means 7. It's a part of the word.
But I had an inkling. I reckoned he wasn't going to be the worst player of the season. That's right. I saw this man quit at the sweat challenge, fold on the journey, and completely mess up the immunity challenge for his tribe. And yet I knew he wasn't the worst one there. What can I say? I had a hunch. I think Jelinsky was somehow the most competent Yanu male. How on earth did that end up being the case? Free space. I predicted in this season I would get a free space. I figured this out because that's how bingo boards work. Woo! Right, this is my favorite prediction, like oh my god, how did I get this one? Jelinsky randomly stacking puzzle pieces at the challenge. Completely blowing it for his tribe and actively messing Jess up. What was he doing? He was practicing. For the very next immunity challenge where they had to successfully stack blocks in an arch. Was it the exact block stacking challenge I predicted? No. But come on. This was a joke prediction, and it was basically correct. Give me the stamp, please. So no one in my comments had heard of Andy Griffiths before, because I'd never heard of Andy Griffith before the premiere of Survivor 46. I threw in a fun reference to one of my favourite children's book authors. Why did Jeff describe the gecko in such great detail?
Where you will be confronted with the biggest gecko you have ever seen. Legs, long tail, bloodshot eyes.
I spent the entire season waiting for the gecko to come back. There were a few geckos hanging around in those animal scenes, but never this guy. Never with the bloodshot eyes. Why not have a gecko maze here? Or a gecko puzzle? I almost gave up hope. Until the final 5 immunity challenge where they had to count the number of geckos on the board. The gecko is so back, baby, he's so back! Banu had this scene talking about how much he wanted to go on a journey, but decided to play it cool.
He wants to go, let him go, I don't want that target on me.
This seemed like a good idea to me at the time. It painted the picture to me that Banu was cool, calm, level-headed. He knew when to hold him, and he knew when to fold him.
You said you have to know when to hold and when to fold. I said, I'm playing with my heart. I'm not strategic.
Welp. My actual prediction was that Banu would be so cool as a cucumber he would never go on a journey. He'd keep bowing out to anyone who even hinted at wanting to go on the journey. Instead, he went on a journey, and went on a journey he did. Do you guys like explosive pre-merge flameouts? The season had no shortage of them, and while it made the editing a bit unbalanced at first, I think it does make the season better overall. Banu may not have won 1,000,000 hearts, but I think he may have just won mine. He did not win me a stamp though. Jelinsky's several moment was iconic.
Several means 7.
And I knew it would be referenced again. And boy howdy, it sure was.
In honor of Jelinsky, you've been up here several minutes. How many are left?
The final several. Several.
Were there several reasons you guys voted in? Or?
Including your first look at Survivor 40. Several.
Stamp. Next up we have a medevac. Jelinsky showering glass on the beach. Liz being able to eat nothing. It seemed like someone was getting medevaced. I was a bit worried Liz would medevac Q over Applebee's. But I didn't have Randon getting taken out by God. But a stamp is a stamp. Sad for Randon, happy for the bingo board. There are a few things in the premiere that didn't actually end up mattering as much as I expected them to. The Tim and Maria parent alliance was one of those things. I thought someone might clock that and pull a number from the Dirty Harry playbook. Simply lie about having a son named Oscar.
It's funny because I don't in fact have a child, Oscar.
Completely misrepresent what a child of that age would be doing.
Do you really have a child?
And boom, you're in the final 3, flawless really. I don't think anyone was Dirty Harry coded this season, which is a shame. I love him so much. Speaking of Australian Survivor, Titans vs Rebels was airing when the season premiered.
That an Untitled Goose Game shirt?
They also had idols stored in boxes. Mark went absolutely galaxy brain and realized, don't need a key if there's no box. I thought, well, someone could do that here. US Survivor is way stricter on their rules though, alas. Unless it's a Final 5 immunity challenge, except when you explicitly ask for help.
Albert, just drop your stack.
Let me make it easy for you. There is no helping in this challenge.
If you want to get away with something on Survivor, don't ask, just do it.
The One Piece is real!
I'm genuinely upset this one didn't come true. I haven't come through all the exit interviews yet, but come on, an orange tribe, named Nami, in the peak of One Piece popularity. We got plenty of Taylor Swift references, throw my boy Luffy a bone, Jeff. Can't wait for next season. Yellow Sanji tribe, anyone? Another one of my unhinged predictions. I predicted that Q would be stuck with allies that kept on quitting, just like Jelegend. When I told you my jaw was on the floor when this happened.
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone here coming into the tribal council was voting for me, but I'm gonna ask everybody to vote for me.
I'm giving myself another half stamp for now. It wasn't an actual quit, but Q trying to quit after episode 1.
When the going gets tough, he's going to tuck his tail and quit. And in Survivor, that's not an option, period.
That's comedy gold right there. In Tiffany's opening confessional, she described herself as a hustler.
But that's what I do. I'm a hustler.
But I was getting more hero or healer vibes from her. I was wrong. Tiffany was a hustler through and through. She knew simply using an idol to save yourself from getting voted out wasn't enough. She had to save it for the biggest move of the season.
Tiff, the tribe has spoken.
Thank you.
Now that is hustling. And lastly, the return of the Survivor auction. It's coming, you mark my goddamn words, it's coming, I swear. It's coming, Jeff wouldn't do this to me. So looking at the board, we have a few almost bingos. I'm going to take my half stamped from the Q quit and give it to the Ben and Charlie equals JT and Steven. Ladies and gentlemen, bingo! I had a lot of fun trying to extrapolate an entire season's worth of predictions from just one episode. Served as a bit of a fun introduction to Edgic, something I might get into, assuming it doesn't absolutely ruin what's in Survivor for me. But I really enjoyed Survivor 46. I need to sit on it a bit to see if I put it above 45, but I'd call it one of the best seasons of the new era. 90-minute episodes are just peak.
They know that I'm reliable. They know that I'm trustworthy. They know that I'm honest. They know that I'm disciplined. They know that I'm hardworking.
But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I'm cooking up some real niche Survivor content for the off-season, so stay tuned. I've been Henry Hickman Survivor, and I'll see you during the off-season.